Okay boys, it's really early. Everyone knows how much I love early mornings. That just means something good is happening. So, we're going to start this up, take it down to performance vehicle engineering to get it mapped. It's going to be so cold. Too early to pop. Oh, come on. There she goes. Happy days. So as I just mentioned, I'm on my way to performance vehicle engineering down in, I don't know, Devon way, Cornwall way, I don't know, somewhere down South England. Steve there, he's been really good at helping me out get the Max sorted and installed, and been helpful over the phone. So when he was ready, it was a bit of a no-brainer to take it down to Steve down there and let the tuning shed have a crack at taming the beast, I guess. So far I've been running it on lambda values, so it's been looking at like maintaining a lambda of 1, and the ECU has basically been managing itself. I can't explain how good that is. That is to have the ECU basically trim the fuel and everything and basically map itself, I guess, or give itself its own base map, is quite a game changer. It's allowed me to do lots of miles to shake down the car after last summer was well, the end of last summer was a bit of a disaster. I'll put a link to that video up there if you want to go and watch that. So yeah, it's been doing pretty well managing itself, but now it's time to get it on the dyno and thrash it about a bit and properly map it. So it's got proper ignition time in, the fueling is all right, and maybe we'll get into some boost management as well. Who knows? Either way, need to manage everybody's expectations. My expectations are already pretty well managed. Yes, it's a 4-litre V8. Yes, it's a twin turbo, but standard guys, these engines are just 250 brake horse, and I'm sure you all remember on the standard management last year, it only managed 260 with the even with the twin turbos. So a lot of the power capabilities of this engine are within the engine management side of it, providing I haven't messed everything up, with the manifolds and the boost pipes and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, need to manage some expectations. Yes, it's a 4-litre twin turbo. However, as I may have alluded to a couple of times, the engine that I've got in this car now does have the thinner variant of connecting rod in the engine, so they have a theoretical limit of about 400, well, it's less than 400 foot-pounds, which with a limit on torque, you also get a limit on power. So I've been doing some maths. Basically, the best way to limit power is to limit boost, and I'm probably going to cap the boost at 6 or 7 psi so it doesn't throw a rod out the block. That means if you've got, so you can do a quick bit of math for a theoretical power figure, and if you take the standard engine at 250 brake horse at 1 bar of atmosphere, which is what we all live and breathe, and then add half a bar, which is what I'm doing with 7 psi, you can basically take half of that total power and add it on top, which takes you to about 400 brake horse. So 400 brake horse at 7 psi is the theoretical power that this engine will make, all being well and no problems with other parts of the systems. However, theory isn't real life, and of course we live in the real world where you get things like heat losses and like I said, poor flowing manifolds and hot air from turbos, etc, etc. So managing expectations, I will be more than happy with 350 brake horse from this initial setup that I've got. If it makes 380, which is a drop of 20 off the theoretical number, I'll be ecstatic. So yeah, if it makes 350, I can pat myself on the back. If it makes 380, I'm gonna pat myself on the back even harder, because that'll be pretty much spot on to what I'm expecting. Any more than that is a Brucey bonus. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way down to PVE now, say hello to Steve, get the car on the rollers, and hopefully everything all goes okay. So a bit of an update. I'm an hour into this 2-hour journey, and the car has developed a misfire. Typical, it's been fine for like 2,500 miles, and now it's got a misfire. I've been a bit stupid. I left the car outside. It was at the NEC car show on the weekend. I left it outside because I knew I'd be using it soon, and yeah, so the vents in the bonnet let a lot of water in. So I've probably got water in one of the back spark plug holes, like I've had before. I've had this previous. So top of the list of things to fix from today is going to be a drain. Fixing my drains on my bonnet vents. I need the bonnet vents. I think it helps keep the engine bay cool, so I have to keep the bonnet vents, which means I need to sort something out with the drainage to make sure that any water that does get through actually makes its way away from the engine and doesn't drop into my spark plug holes. So anyway, hopefully I make it. Like I said, 2,000 miles, 2,500 miles, everything has been hunky-dory, and yeah, on the day that it matters, it decides to throw a hissy. Typical. Made it. It's got a misfire, got to fix it, but at least we're here. Let's get it up on the rollers and see how it goes. Pause. Future editor Jaff here. Just want to explain what's going on here. When you pay to put your car on a rolling road and you are paying for somebody's time on their rolling road, the last thing you want to be doing is wasting time filming. The next thing you don't want to be doing is wasting time fault finding things. So rule number one, make sure you take your car that is ready to go on the rolling road. In my case, unfortunately, I did end up with a misfire, but I was semi-prepared and I took a spare coil pack with me. What I should have done was also bring some new spark plugs. If I'd have brought new spark plugs, I could have changed them right there and then. And with my spare coil, I managed to fix the misfire problem. So to be clear, we went out to get spark plugs. We changed the spark plugs because the back ones looked a bit like this, but that didn't help. So then I went to get my spare coil pack in the boot, put the coil pack in, and all of a sudden everything was okay. So the coil pack fixed it. So I got the old one out, I labeled it F for faulty, and I fixed my misfire problem. So with the misfire problem fixed, I am then paying for the time on the dyno, not the time in the garage as such being fixed. So remember that if you're ever taking your car to a rolling road, make sure it is 100% so that you're paying for the tuner's time and not the car sat there broken waiting for you to fix it. A lot of tuners won't even let you in the garage with them anyway. They'll just send it back out, take it home and fix it. Steve happens to be a great guy, and he let me fix the car as it was there and then. Anyway, once it was fixed, let's go back in time, do a couple of runs, get all those load sites sorted,
and then we can do some power runs.
Right, so this is going to be like power out the wheels.
Yep.
I'm just going to do a few slow runs just to get some data out of it.
Say hi. Don't worry, you're not in there. I'm gonna get the dials. Much better. Yeah, I'll take that.
Need that to 9,000.
Okay, it's the next day and I'm out and about in the car. No point filming last night. It was dark on the way home and you can't see anything, so no big deal. But oh. This thing is quick. Oh, and it sounds really good now as well. Yeah, so power wise, it was 383 I think overall. I had to turn it down because it was making too much power, too much torque. The rods would have given way if I'd have left them where they were, or if Steve had left it where it was. But yeah, I'm well happy with 383. As I mentioned yesterday, I would have been well chuffed with 380 and managed 383, so that's pretty much bang on my real world theoretical limit. So yeah, happy days. That means my setup is pretty spot on. It's a good baseline to improve and get some, maybe some bigger turbos to move the power band up the rev range a little bit, because it really is quite peppy at the moment. It's quick on boost, it's quick, ready to go, and yeah, it just needs an engine that won't throw a set of rods out as soon as it sees a bit more than about 7 psi. Which, as you know, or hopefully if you've seen before, I've got a spare engine in the garage, which we could use, or I might see if I can buy a thick rod and just do a quick swap to see how that goes. I don't know, at the moment my mind is sort of, lots of different options, lots of different things that we can do. I'm just well happy with the way the car has turned out so far. It's pretty epic. I've got no doubt that I've got a load more work to do, and there's lots of little teething issues that we've got to sort out. So a couple of things that we found on the dyno, those wheels, they need to be further inboard. I can't run the offset that I've currently got because it's just catching the arches too much for my liking. I've got a fuel boiling problem, so I think we're pressurizing the fuel tank. Either my cap isn't correct or the cap doesn't work the way I think it works. Either way, I will be sorting that out, putting another breather on that tank. May even put a charcoal canister back in as well, but yeah, we'll work at that. It does have quite a bad oil leak on the sump. Again, I've tried to fix that once or twice and it hasn't worked, so I'll probably leave it as it is. Well, it's not quite bad. It looks worse than it is, but it does coat the underside of the car with a bit of oil. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. Maybe when I chuck a new engine in it, or maybe this winter I'll end up pulling the engine out again. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just so pleased with the way it went with such little problems. I'm just happy with the car the way it is at the moment. But I do have these issues to sort. So fuel tank needs depressurizing somehow. Probably just a breather issue. Small oil leak on the front that I should probably get fixed. What was the other problem? Oh, we had the misfire, which obviously is going to be fixed by it was fixed on the day by a coil. Thankfully I brought a spare coil with me. It wasn't the water well, it might have been a mix of the water in the bores against the dead coil, but more than likely the dead coil. It's got a couple of new spark plugs in it as well. I need to do a whole new fresh set of them. And yeah, other than that, it was pretty good. I got to tidy up some boost pipes, so some vacuum pipes. That's no big deal. Nice little job to do. But other than that, 380 horsepower, 380 foot-pounds of torque. I can't ask for more than that from this skinny rod engine that I've put in the car. From where it's come from, I'm well happy. Yeah, I'm sure my face shows it. Hopefully you enjoyed the videos of the car on the dyno. I didn't get that many. It was quite a stressful day with the misfire and stuff like that. I didn't want to be wasting Steve's time. I wanted to get, I'm not wasting my own money as well, obviously, because the more my car is on the dyno not being tuned, the more money I'm spending fixing problems that should have been fixed before it went there. But it is what it is. These things happen. And yeah, next time I will get it mapped again at some point to maybe do all the motorsport stuff like the launch control and all that sort of stuff. But that's probably something for next year. Just got to enjoy it the way it is at the moment, because it really is quite fantastic. So yeah, I'm well happy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be interested to see what your thoughts are. I don't care if you don't like it. I think it's fantastic, and to be honest, everybody that sits in here tends to have the same reaction anyway. It's pretty impressive, it's pretty epic. And considering the homebrew, home-built sort of style of the car, Steve seemed very happy with how it's turned out as well. And that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if you liked all the dyno runs, or as many as I got. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested. Obviously, like I said, I'm not finished on this car. There'll be a lot more done on this car, and I do have the next project lined up ready to go soonish. So yeah, hopefully that'll give you plenty more content to watch. So yeah, as I'm on my way home now, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. Oh, the noise on this thing, man.